Hey, what is going on, everybody? I'm Nate here with Hustle Buddies. We try to share tools, tips, and advice for Amazon sellers, and I'm coming on tonight to do some live sourcing with you guys, and then to do as much Q&A as you need. Now, why am I doing all of this? We have a incredible camp event, conference, whatever you want to call it, that is happening tomorrow. We call it the Amazon Sourcing Camp. There's going to be a few hundred serious sellers that all get together and source. We are bringing in 13 different 6, 7, and 8-figure Amazon sellers to source for us and with us, so we can watch over their shoulder, we can ask them questions, we can pick their brains. There's a million ways to make $1 million on Amazon. I say this all the time. And so I want everyone, including myself, to learn from all of these different sellers, learn their different styles, learn their different tools. Every single time that I run the event, every single time that I go to it, I have learned so much from these other camp counselors. Okay, so it's an incredible event. The doors for that are closing tonight. You can see there's signups over there. There's a QR code up in the corner. Or if you need the link, let me know in the comment section. If you are coming to Sourcing Camp, I know there's already a bunch of people that are going. If you're coming to Sourcing Camp, let me know. All right, as usual, let me know that you can see me and hear me in chat, all of that good stuff. Let me know where you are watching from every night. I feel like we expand our circle. I get people from watching from further and further away, which is really cool. All right, for tonight, this is our final night of doing these. I've been doing these every single day for the past week. If you want to watch the replays, you can find the replays on either our YouTube channel in the live section. Instead of clicking on my videos, click on my live things, and you'll see all of the past recordings in there, or over in our Facebook group. Okay, so we've been doing these all week. This is the final one, so I'm going to leave it up to you guys. I had a couple ideas that I was kind of spinning around, like what I wanted to show you guys and how I wanted to source tonight. Because every night we do actual live sourcing. We try to find some profitable products together while we're here on camera, because that's what Sourcing Camp is. It's going to be this, but on steroids. There's 30 hours of us sourcing in Sourcing Camp, 20 more hours of sourcing with the A to A Flips challenge that you get for free. Tons of other video. I mean, it's going to be a lot of content, guys. There's so much value. Okay, so we're going to take a vote. I was sort of weighing between two different sourcing options for tonight's video. And you guys are going to vote. It's going to be option number 1 or option number 2. You're going to write this in chat. Put option 1 if you would like me to talk about, we call them, this is actually one of the cool lessons that I personally learned from one of the past sourcing camps, a different camp counselor. We call them the black hole money pits. So it's finding products that you can actually reprice lower to make more money. Okay, it does not make sense, but because of how the Amazon fee structure is set up, there are many times where you can price something lower to make more money, and so you can target those items. You can target the sellers who are pricing things incorrectly. You can beat them in price, get the buy box from them, and also make more money than they are making. Okay, so we can look for that tonight. Or I can pull up one of my old lead lists. So I make lead lists about every week. I had to take a little hiatus because we're putting on Sourcing Camp. So it's been a couple weeks since I've made one. But I can pull up the very last lead list that I made, that I sent out, that people paid for. And I can talk you through how I found those products, where I found the products, what I like about them, all of that good stuff. So give me a number 1 if you want to see these, the black hole money pits, where we're looking for items with kind of weird fees, where there's really intricate nuances here that I can sort of help explain. Or if you want to see a lead list and we talk about the items on it, number 2 for the lead list, we talk about the items on it, maybe rabbit trail off that, all of that stuff. All right, give me a number 1 or a number 2. I'll let you guys vote while I'm checking the different chats. Awesome. There's a bunch of people tuning in on Instagram today. Welcome, guys. All right, Facebook has a strong opinion. Matt, all the way from Australia. What's up, man? Facebook has a strong opinion. Let me check over here on YouTube. Oh, Alicia says that she is coming. Is that how you say your name, Alicia? My wife's name is Alicia. Spelled a little bit differently. Really close, but just a little bit differently. And they call it Alicia. All right. We are going to go with option number 1, the black hole money pits. Now, I'm just going to go over a tiny little taste of this. Let me, because I had the 2 options up on my screen, so I'm going to exit out of all my lead list stuff. I had the 2 options here. I'm going to go over just a tiny little bit of this. One of the camp counselors, his name is Randy. He will frequently do a much more in-depth, like a huge deep dive into this, all the intricacies, all the nuances, all of like the set your repricers here, look for these functions there, all that stuff. We're just gonna touch the surface. We're gonna give you a little taste, okay? Perfect, yeah, Alicia. We're gonna give you a little bit of a taste for it so you can sort of get an idea of what Sourcing Camp is. And then we're gonna do a bunch of Q&A here at the end. So you can ask me whatever you want about sourcing, about Sourcing Camp coming up. If you've got just issues with Amazon or you don't know what the heck I'm doing, all right, it'll be sort of like an AMA. Ask me anything, and I'll be here for a while tonight because this is our final night. The doors for Sourcing Camp, they close tonight. So I want to answer as many questions as I can. If you're like on the fence, you're like, I don't know if this is quite for me, let me know. And I actually just today, there was someone asking me a bunch of questions. And I said, you know what? Like I'm happy to help you, but I think that this other person would be a better fit. And so I actually directed them away from Sourcing Camp and entirely to somebody else's content. So I didn't make any money off that person, but I felt like there was something else that was a slightly better fit for what they were looking for. But yeah, let me know your questions in chat and I will help answer. Okay, these black hole money pits. All right, yeah, Everyday Unicorns is here. Okay, so Amazon's fee structure is a little bit funky in that for some categories, the fees change based upon the price that the item is listed for. So I'm going to show you my screen real fast. Let's share this. Let's see, entire screen. All right, we are entering the matrix. Okay, so this is the Seller Central window right here. If you guys want to look this up, I can post a link into chat. Or I mean, it is really easy to find if you just do a search. You can look up the reference to all of the different referral fee percentages. Now, what's interesting is there is a couple of these that change based on the price. Some of them are just static, like backpacks, it's always 15%. Power tools, it's always 12%. But if you look right here, for example, beauty, health, and personal care, if the item is $10 or less, you get 8% in fees. If it's greater than $10.01, you get charged $15 in fees. So what does that actually look like? Let's pull up an Amazon listing here. And I'll try to find something in the beauty category. I don't know, type in lotion. Okay, let's find something in the beauty category. And let's compare this. Perfect. Oh, this is an excellent example. Literally the very first one is exactly what I'm looking for. So currently, this is being sold, well, it's sold by Amazon. So there's the exception because it's their playground. They can do whatever they want. They don't charge themselves fees. If this was a third-party seller, this would be even more perfect. So Amazon is selling this for $11.42. Now, I want you to look down here. We're just going to pretend like we're getting this item for free just to make the math really easy. I see that the profit right now, I'm using my little profit calculator. The profit right now is $3.67. Now, we're going to drop this price. You would think, okay, if I sell this for less money, I'm going to make less net profit. I'm going to change this to $9.99. All right, watch this $3.67. Watch what it goes to. $3.92. We just dropped the price by almost $2, and we are making about 50 cents more profit because the fee structure just changed. This is massive. I was overlooking this for quite a while, and I mean, I will be the first to admit, I do not know the intricacies of all of like the Amazon fees and rules and all that stuff off the top of my head. And I get lazy in my business, just like many of you guys do. And I forget about these things, or I overlook them, or I'm not studying these on a regular basis. But it's because of things like Sourcing Camp, where other sellers get together and we give each other ideas like, hey, have you checked this? Hey, here's a reminder about that. Have you ever tried that? It's because of things like Seller Camp that I was made aware of this. This was I like highlighted this. This was my personal favorite breakout session from, I think it was like 2 camps ago. It's like, oh my gosh. So I wrote it down and I've been utilizing this. We use this with our repricer. So like if I'm selling a beauty product, I don't set my repricer above $10 or I jump it past. So the other cutoff, it's like $11.72 is the higher end. So $9.99 and $11.70, you are going to make the same amount of money. Well, actually, just slightly less with the $11.70, or I think it's $11.71. But once you get past that, so once we go, let's say like we price this at $11.90, okay? Well, for some, I don't know why the fees didn't kick in right there, but yeah, that's sort of the break point is that 11.72. At least that's what my notes say. There's some items can be a little bit funky with the different things, but we're talking like 1 or 2 cents. Okay, so how can we take advantage of this? 1, utilize it within your repricer. 2, we can go to Keepa, which hopefully everyone here is using. If you are not using Keepa yet, let me know. I will send you a link. Keepa will buy me a coffee. They give me like $3 or something pitiful for sending you a link. And we'll get you signed up with Keepa because this is absolutely the #1 tool for Amazon sellers. It also happens to be the cheapest. There's lots of tools out there that's like, oh, you can use us. You can get rid of your Keepa subscription. They're full of it. There's nothing out there that you should get rid of your Keepa subscription for, including, and I want to point this out. This is really funny. The people that make most of these tools, like I was just watching one today, it was the owner of SellerAmp, who I will oftentimes hear people say like, oh, you don't need Keepa because you have SellerAmp. The owner of SellerAmp is using Keepa alongside SellerAmp. So just put that out there. All right, we're going to go to data and the Keepa product finder. We're going to look for the category beauty. Let's see, B-E-A-U-T. There we go. All right, beauty. We're going to pull a couple levers here. So I want how about a sales rank? I don't really care how low it goes. Let's look for something that's under like 250,000. Okay, just to give us sort of a reasonable area to look in. The buy box. I want today's price to be between $10.01 to $11.70. Okay, anything that is priced within these numbers, you can drop your price to $9.99 and you will make more money. You will get the buy box from them. You will get all of the sales pretty much, unless they lower it and match you. And this will you make more money, you get more sales, you get more buy box. It's just win, 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 win. There are no downsides here. Okay. All right. Let's, we'll push that in. So we're down to 11,000 products. Let me go a little bit further. I want to try to remove some of the private label sellers. So let's do like an average seller count of say 3. All right. We're down to 3,000. I think this is reasonable. I think we could go with this. Is there anything else that I want to pull? I think I'm happy with that. All right. Let's find products here. All right. So bunch of things pull up here. Let's just start clicking through and see if anything looks interesting. Let's see, Amazon. You know what? I might pull one more lever. I might turn Amazon off. Here, advanced filters. We're going to go back to the previous page. And I am going to, now, I've said this every single night this week. I don't care if Amazon is selling a product. I compete against them all the time. It's literally not a metric that I look at. However, for this, because Amazon doesn't pay their own fees, I'm going to exclude them. Let's see. I want, where is it? Amazon out of stock. Amazon out of stock. There we go. 90-day out of stock. Amazon from, let's say 90 to 100%. This, because I didn't update anything. Let me see. Availability of Amazon. No Amazon offer exists. In stock and shippable. Interesting. Huh. I don't know why this isn't updating here. Well, we'll go for it anyways. It's all right. Okay. Oh, it did update. There's just that many third-party sellers. Wow, that's surprising. Okay, let's start jumping through these. Now, beauty, it became kind of an iffy category. I do not know all of the brands, and I feel like every week there's new brands that are like hard locked. So if I start talking about a brand that's hard locked, I apologize. I'm not always caught up. I don't sell a ton of beauty. We mostly stopped because so many things are becoming hard locked, but there's definitely still profit here if you are willing to put in the work and navigate it. Okay, so right now this Julep Direct, oh, it's sold by Julep Direct. So I am going to skip that one. L'Oreal, I forget if L'Oreal was one of the hard locks. I don't think so because this is a third-party seller that's currently selling it. All right, let's try this. Okay, I am going to search this. So again, we could beat this person by 50 cents and make more money than them. See, they're priced at $10.52. If we price ourselves at $9.99, our profit jumps from $4.48 all the way up to $5.50. So as long as our buy cost is under like, let's say $4, I'm pretty happy with that. All right, let's see if we can find this on Google. I'm just going to click up here and do a quick Google search. See what we're looking at. $12 there, $12 there. Probably not going to find it for less than $4. So we are going to pass to the next product. And honestly, tonight we might not find anything at all. Sometimes that happens with sourcing. I think more importantly, the concept is important. And especially with these short videos, like I'm trying not to sit here for a whole hour to source with you guys. I'm hopefully going to find something in like 10, 15 minutes, but it doesn't always happen that way. Price is not quite what we are looking for. The price has changed in the past like 10 minutes or so. So we're going to move on there. It's unlikely we're going to get a 3-pack for that cheap. Let's see. Let's try this one here. Maybe it's profitable. Maybe it's Maybelline. Okay, so we've got 7 sellers. There's plenty of people on this listing, so it looks all right for there. It's been about $9-ish, but recently it's jumped up to 11. So I see this trending downwards. People are selling out. Supply and demand kicks in. So the less supply of something with equal demand, the higher the price is going to go. So you see the number of sellers went from 11. We are now down to 7. That means the price is just going to go up. That's just the nature of things. Okay, let's see if we can find this. All right, so I'm going to here do a Google search. See if we can find this. Walmart. Let's see. There's the Amazon link. We don't want that one. 2 of them there. So that would be what, $5 a piece if we buy the 2-pack and then debundle it. That's actually a little bit profitable. That's funny. Not a lot profitable, but a little profitable just to buy it from Amazon. So that's sort of a potential Amazon to Amazon flip. Let me check this from Walmart. Those are all third-party sellers. Might be a decent Walmart flip if it's selling well on Amazon. Yeah, it's selling really well on Amazon. If the cheapest Walmart seller is $20, that's a solid Walmart flip. We're actually doing a whole breakout session just on flipping stuff on Walmart. So I know everyone here, we're trying to sell on Amazon. I think something important for Amazon sellers is to diversify your risk. Selling on Walmart is one of those ways. And we've got a whole breakout session with Tracy who's going to show us how to do that. Let me back out here. I'd really like to find this somewhere. Maybelline sells it directly. They sell it. Interesting. Maybe this is getting discontinued or something. I'll check the Maybelline website real fast. It says $10.99 for all of these different shades. Are there any coupons going on? Let's see. I don't see anything there. I don't see anything at the top of my screen, so I don't think there's any current crazy coupons going on. So that would not be profitable as is. But if you can find this in store, I could see this type of thing being at like a TJ Maxx type of store, stores like that, where stuff that tends to be discontinued kind of makes its way to those types of stores. That would be an interesting place to check for this. But let's move on so we can hopefully find something. All right. Oh, this is an interesting product. We need to get something like this. For those of you guys who don't know, we are foster and adoptive parents. So not all of our children look like us. And this is definitely an issue that frustrates us when we go to the beach. Let me see here. All right, so that looks good. Yeah, we can drop our price. Right now, the profit, if we get it for $0, profit is $5.57. If we drop our price, We're going to make 621. I feel like you could buy this for like $3 somewhere. Let's see if we can find this. All right. Well, that is, don't ever flip from AliExpress. Let's see, Walmart. I see it from Walgreens, but this is the 3 ounce. This is the 2 ounce. 3 ounce. This is 2 ounce from Walmart, but it's $11. This is an entirely different brand. This is, that's not real. I think we're striking out here. All right, that's all right. Go to the next one. I'll do a couple more, and then maybe we can take some questions. I found something earlier that I thought looked pretty interesting, so I can pull that up. I like to try to get like something in my pocket just in case I can't find anything. I like to do something in my pocket that I can use in case I don't find anything at all. All right. Tangle Teezer Ultimate Detangler. Oh man, these detangle brushes are a freaking lifesaver. You've got kids and you've never tried one of these, holy smokes. $11 there. Yeah, not going to get anything there. Going to skip that. Let me try Clairol. Let's see here. So again, I'm just doing Google searches. I happen to be using ASIN Zen. That's my preferred on-screen calculator. And I can just click this nice little button to do a Google search. If you don't have this, that's all right. It's not a required tool by any means. You can just copy and then click search Google that way. All right, $7.98, $8.50, $7.98. I don't think we're quite going to find this profitably enough. Yeah, not quite there. All right, let me try, let's see. One more. Is there anything that I recognize here? Nothing that directly pops out to me that I recognize. Revlon. Let's check this one. Last one, and then I'll take a few questions while I pull up my sort of backup that I found this way just earlier today. All of these results are constantly updating. So I found one like this earlier today where the exact framework that I told you guys to put in, that's what I used. And then we were able to find something this morning. All right, so yeah, this looks interesting. You can drop the price by almost $2 full. Plus the current seller is FBM. So like you're dropping the price by $2 and you're selling at FBA and you're going to make that much more money. Yeah, interesting stuff. Plenty of sellers on here. Let's see if we can find this anywhere. $976. Is this the same thing? What kind of budget are we working within if we sell this for $9.99? $6.88 would be our break even. So you'd make about $1 if this is a match. Out of stock. Yeah, unfortunately, I'm not finding much. All right, that happens when you're sourcing sometimes, and I think it's good to make sure people understand. Like, if you go out sourcing here, I'll share my screen while I step on my soapbox here. If you go out sourcing to a store and it doesn't even matter if you're a beginner or not, but especially when you're a beginner, and you scan stuff for like 30 minutes to an hour, 2 hours, and you don't find anything, and you just feel like you're banging your head into the wall over and over and over, that is very normal. Everybody feels that way, especially at the start. Sourcing is an acquired skill. Now, it took us about, 20 minutes because I'm like talking you through what I'm doing as I'm going through those. We only actually checked maybe like 10 products or so. Usually I can go pretty fast. It's usually about 10 seconds per product that I can kind of flip through stuff. So usually it goes pretty fast, and you just got to put in the time. You got to put in the grind. This is a very simple business. It's a hard business, but it's very simple. There's people out there, it's like, oh, selling on Amazon is so easy. I wouldn't call it easy. I don't think that is a genuine statement. I think it's a hard business, but it's so simple. It's such a solved equation. You can just do what I do. Like, myself, many other people here. We've got all these other camp counselors coming. We've got friends who make content up on Amazon. There's so many people that have made posts and videos and Instagram reels and whatever else about their journey. It's a very well-traveled path. The footsteps are easy to follow. The steps are simple to follow. But it's hard work and it gets a little bit boring and people give up. So if you don't give up, you will succeed. It's one of those, like, I feel like it's about a lot of businesses, honestly. If you just keep failing, that's okay. In fact, you should be planning on failing. The people that are afraid of failure are the people who are never going to start a business. And I wrote this earlier today on a Facebook post. All right, let's just pretend that you've never started your Amazon business before. Usually people have this fear of failure, like, what if I make a mistake and Amazon kicks me off and I no longer have an account? Or, man, what if I try to do this and I can't find anything profitable to sell? All right. And here's the secret that all of our little human/lizard brains don't want us to know. Your worst case fear was like getting your account shut down and not being able to find anything profitable. But if you haven't yet started selling on Amazon, you currently don't have an account. Your account sort of is shut down and you currently have not found any profitable products. So you're like, fear of failure, it's your current case scenario and you're doing just fine. Like everyone here, I'm sure you guys are doing just fine in life. If you were struggling, you wouldn't be watching a random guy on the internet talk about flipping stuff on Amazon, okay? So I'm sure you guys are doing fine. And this is your current case scenario. And this is your worst case scenario. It literally, it's just downhill. Like it's just better. There's nothing worse than where you're currently at, because again, your worst case scenario is where you're currently at. So give it a try. If it fails, that's all right. You just end up right back here where you started and you're doing all right. So it's a very low risk business model that you can jump into. All right, I'm gonna take a couple questions while I try to pull up the listing I found a little bit earlier today. Let's see. So you source Target. I heard they cancel a lot. Yeah, I source Target. It would be kind of silly to not source a store because you heard someone say that they cancel a lot. Why don't you experience that? Why don't you let them tell you no? Don't say no for them. And yes, we order from Target quite a bit. Yeah, sometimes we'll get orders canceled. It's not super common from Target. There's some stores that are much more heavily policed and heavily enforced. And even those stores, I will attempt to buy from them. I am going to try to make that sale. I'm going to try to make that purchase. I'm going to let them stop me. I'm not going to stop myself because I think they are going to stop me. That's doing their job for them. I'm going to let them do their job if that's truly what they want. So yeah, we buy from Target, especially like in-store Target, the clearance stuff, the clearance aisles at Target. Excellent place to go sourcing. All right, let me check. Any other questions? I don't see any questions on Instagram. Lots of viewers, no questions yet. Instagram, if you guys have questions, let me know in the chat. I'm here to help you guys, okay? Also a reminder, guys, there's a QR code up there for Sourcing Camp. The doors for Sourcing Camp are closing tonight. I'm ungated with everything with invoices. Yeah, ungating is kind of the wild, wild west now. Officially, Amazon should not accept that because Target does not give you an actual invoice. They give you an order slip or a receipt. It's not technically Amazon asks for a wholesale invoice, and Target's not giving you a wholesale invoice. However, because it's the wild, wild west, Amazon has mostly stopped caring. Yeah, you can have success with that. In fact, in the last 60 days, we have had students of ours get a document. So when Amazon says upload your documentations, like upload your invoices here, they uploaded a blank PDF, and the name of that PDF was please close this case. And Amazon said, thank you for sending your invoice. Your application has been approved. Like, it's that silly right now. So yeah, I mean, you can send a Target invoice and it can work. It's not what Amazon wants, but they don't really care anymore, unfortunately. All right, let me see here over on Facebook. Monica, if there's ever anyone on the fence, I can vouch for Sourcing Camp. I've attended most of them, worth every penny. Yeah, and I think that's a huge testament to these sourcing camps. Like, we've had people that have come to like 3, 4. I think there's a couple people who've been to, I think this is our 6th, and they've been to 5 in the past before. I feel like that's a pretty big testament to how good these things are, because people keep coming back for more every single time that we run them. Like, it was so good. They learned so much that they are happy paying for it more again to come back again to learn even more again. Okay, so every sourcing camp is different. We bring in, usually it's about 50% new camp counselors and 50% repeat camp counselors. And we're always looking for more. If you're a 7-figure seller and you want to come hang out with us and you're like, oh, let me check that out, shoot me a message. All right. Let me see any others. I will be sharing, let me know, on Walmart. Awesome. I love it. Let's see. Ian thinks the great content. You got it, man. Yeah, the hair and skin being very different can be challenging. I just don't think about, like, put a sunscreen on. Yeah, sunscreen's on. It doesn't always look the same. Some people, it makes them look real funky if you cover them with normal sunscreen. Let's see. Monica, I have a route that I go on, and I try to add an extra store to look at sometimes. I get discouraged, and I'm going from store to store, and getting an item here and there, not filling the wagon. Decide to go home instead of wasting time, but stop at just one more and then hit the jackpot. Yeah, like we all go through that. We all go through those struggles. We all go through, like, oh my gosh, I'm just beating my head into the wall. And I think it's important to have a community around you where you can be like, man, I'm just striking out, and people can sort of encourage you. So I think it's important to get a community. It's important to realize you're not alone and that everyone experiences this. And then I like what Monica said. She tries something new. She tries to stretch herself every single time. I think that's great, where you kind of stretch yourself, because you never know when you're going to hit your next big jackpot. It's kind of like, sometimes selling on Amazon almost feels like you're like treasure hunting or playing the lottery. Like, it's like scratching that. It's like, oh, I gotta go to one more store. I might find a bunch of stuff. And we all get that same feeling. I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing, but it's a thing we all experience. Let's see. Camilo, my sales are going super slow, almost hitting 10K in revenue in my 3rd month. Any advice? No repricer yet. I think reprices are great. I think they will greatly speed up the rate at which you sell things, but keep feeding the beast. That's always, well, maybe not always. We'll say like 95% of the time, if people are like, man, how do I get more sales? Sell more stuff. This is an inventory-based business. So continue to get better at sourcing. If you can source more stuff in less time, you will sell more stuff and you will get more sales. So 95 times out of 100, if someone wants to grow, get more stuff. Continue. They call it, they say, feed the beast. Keep feeding the beast, Camilo. But there's things like a repricer can help your current inventory sell faster. Things like that. Those things will help assist, but spend as much money as you can on sourcing. Tools are secondary. Sourcing comes first. Always, always, always. I guess another problem I see people have is they're often spending too much money on tools instead of inventory. If you're spending like 20% of your net profit on tools, that's way too much of your net profit to be spending on tools. And I see some people that are spending like 50, 60, 70, 80% of their net profit on tools. Like, well, what are you selling on Amazon for? Are you selling on Amazon to make these other tools money? Get rid of your tools, do things the hard way for a while until you really know what you need, and then get those tools. Okay. All right. I want to see if I can, let me see. I'm going to try to see if I can find the listing I found earlier. When was that? Was it this? Let me I'm trying to see. No, it wasn't that. I'm looking through my history here of stuff I've scanned today. Let me see here. About 7. If you guys have any other questions, drop them into chat. I'll be here for as long as I need. Whatever questions you guys got, because again, the doors to sourcing camp are closing tonight. So if you are not in, I am so sorry, but I've got to start sourcing camp tomorrow, and I can't be like getting people in and trying to sell stuff and all that stuff while sourcing camp is starting, because we're doing the event. Let me see. Beauty care. That is a bummer. I am not finding it. maybe I'll have to save this for the actual sourcing camp, and I'll try to pull this up by then. Or I mean, I'll just find more stuff by then, I'm sure. But yeah, let's 18, was it this one? Just looking through so many old listings, and yeah, unfortunately I can't find it right at the moment. I do apologize about that, guys. Judge Advocate, Keep Breathe, Seller Central. No, that's not it. That's not it. That's not it. Yeah, that's a bummer. Sorry, guys. I can't find the product that I had found. It was a couple hours ago. But those are the exact same parameters that I set in Keepa. So again, we were looking for products where they were overpriced by $1 or $2, and by cutting the price, it changed our fee structure. So the fees went from 15% down to 8. And because of that, we actually made more net profit by charging less money. And by charging less money, you also are getting all of the buy box. You're going to be getting all of the sales. You will increase the velocity of sales. So you're going to make the sales rank better. More eyeballs are going to be on it. And then more people are buying it from you. And you're the cheapest offer. So it's just, everything is good about this. Everyone should be utilizing this. There's sort of like these corridors of don't ever price XYZ category items between these dollar amounts. So there's these sort of like red sections, like stay out of that zone, because you are making less money and charging the customer more and making less sales. So stay out of these sections, go under these sections. We're going to cover all of that in the sourcing camp. All right. Any other questions about sourcing camp? Any other issues with your Amazon seller accounts? Questions about anything you want? I am all ears. Think of this like an AMA. I'll stick around as long as we've got questions going. I'll hang out and I'll be answering them. Once we're out of questions, I'm not just going to sit here and twiddle my thumbs. I got to go get ready for sourcing camp tomorrow and get people packed in, do all that stuff. So if you guys are interested, scan the QR code, ask for a link in the chat. I'm happy to help. If you guys are going to sourcing camp already, let me know in the chat. Tell me which, if you looked at the schedule, so I released the schedule for sourcing camp. If you're planning on going or you're already signed up to go, which breakout session are you currently most excited about within those first 3 days? So I pushed the first 3 days schedule out, like an hour by hour schedule of all the different breakout sessions. And every single one is going to be a different person. So like I'll be jumping on and doing like Amazon to Amazon sourcing, and then someone else will be coming on and talking about like new and emergent tools. They're going to be using, I think they're using like Nepeto or something like that. But there's so many different breakout sessions from all the different camp counselors, and everyone is doing a different style. Everyone does different types of sourcing. Some do storefront stalking or reverse source, whatever it is. If you're going to sourcing camp and you checked out the schedule, go look at that and tell me which one you are most excited to check out. All right. While you guys do that, let me see if we've got any other questions. Victor, hey Nate, are you guys going to be covering cashback websites? Yes, I'm going to be doing a little. So in sourcing camp, there's going to be about 30 hours of sourcing video. Like there's so much sourcing. I want to add a like holistic approach. So I'll be adding in bonus training videos that go over cashback websites, tool configurations, budgeting, things like that. I'll be adding in bonus videos to cover those things that I feel like are also important to the business. They might not be within the scope of sourcing, but I feel like they're important to your business. So I'll be adding those bonus videos all throughout the weekdays during the daytime. And then in the evening, we'll get right back to the normal stuff. All right. So yes, I will be talking about that. Is the A to A the live class or the last classes replays? So if you sign up for sourcing camp, you will get the Amazon to Amazon flips class that they just did like last week. So it's the replays of it, but I don't think that they're doing I mean, maybe they'll update it occasionally. I don't think that the A to A flips thing is going to happen super often. So you get the one that just happened like a week ago. Mike, me and wife are excited to go. Signed up. Mike, which one did you see the schedule, Mike? Which breakout session are you looking forward to? At the end, we also do this fun thing at the end of sourcing camp where we run a poll and we have people vote for which was your favorite breakout session and sort of like your most helpful person at camp, the person that like answered the most questions and was just generally like, wow, that was so great. And then we send them a gift card. Whoever wins that gets an extra gift card, and the winner of like the best breakout session gets a little golden microphone. We send them a golden mic in the mail. They show it off to all their friends. It's fun. All right, let's see, John, when will you announce the giveaway for Sourcing Camp? On Friday, tomorrow morning. So the doors close tonight. If you buy Sourcing Camp and then you win the giveaway, we were doing the giveaway in our Facebook group, which is still open, by the way, if you guys want to enter in the giveaway to get a free entry to it. If you purchase a ticket and then you win the prize, I will just refund your ticket. So like everyone who entered is still eligible to win, and if you win, I'll just refund your ticket. But yeah. Yes, that's when I will be announcing the winner for that giveaway. Mike, the one girl using Leads List to source. Yes, Shayla. Yeah, her stuff was super good. She starts at a leads list and then works her way off it. And she actually creates lead lists as well. She's the lead list that she creates, hers is one of the raffle prizes at the end. Guys, these raffle prizes are crazy. So do I have my list here? It's ludicrous what we've got. So we've got her lead list. Normally it costs $250 a month. She's giving away 3 free months of it. We have OA Cheddar, which is another huge lead list. Really good stuff. Also giving away $750 worth of lead list. We've got Tactical Arbitrage giving away 2 different 6-month full memberships to Tactical Arbitrage. We've got Aura, the repricer Aura, giving away an entire year. So that's like $1,200. We've got Scan Power giving away a full year. We've got Seller Basics, which is like a legal, like they'll help fight IP complaints and do your lawyer stuff. You get that free for a year for the raffle prize winner. Like there's so many crazy raffle prizes. I'm so excited. I'll probably make another post tonight kind of summing them all up. I sent an email earlier this week with the raffle prizes, but I'll do one more in the Facebook group and remind you guys. It's wild what we've got for this raffle. I totaled it up and it was over like $6,000 of raffle prizes. All right, let me see. Any other questions? How do we enter the free class giveaway? I'm looking on your Facebook and don't see it. I made a post, I think it was like Monday or Tuesday. My recommendation would be do a search for the keyword giveaway and then check the box where it was like a post by, and you can type in my name to see just posts that I've made. I think it was on Monday or Tuesday. Maybe Wednesday. No, it's definitely Monday or Tuesday that I made in our the main Hustle Buddies Facebook group. All right, let me see. Any other questions? Hunting those unicorns. Yep. Which one is better, RA or OA? Which one is better, Pepsi or Coke? Like, is that an answerable question? It's not an answerable question. They're different styles. You can make $1 million a million different ways on Amazon. There are there are camp counselors coming to this sourcing camp who have sold $13 million in the past 12 months doing almost entirely RA. There's another camp counselor that has also done 8 figures of sales on Amazon that has mostly done online arbitrage. So there's a million ways to make $1 million. It's not like this one's better than that, or you need to do this, or this one has, it's figure out how to make it work and then make it work. They each have their own nuances. So for RA, for example, at a certain point, there's only one of you. And you can only physically go to so many stores in a day. So at a certain point, you need to multiply the limiting factor, which is you, at which point you start training teams of people. Okay, and those teams of people physically go to stores and buy stuff on your behalf. That's like the long ways down the road. That's how you have to scale RA if you desire to scale it to that level, to like the 8-figure level. With OA, you could scale it a couple different ways. I mean, eventually you're going to have a hard time finding leads. So maybe you scale it with leads lists. We've known people who've grown 10-figure businesses or 7-figure businesses utilizing mostly lead lists. We've known people who build out teams of virtual assistants to source for them. We know people who just get really good at sourcing themselves and do it themselves and build 7-8-figure businesses. Like there's so many different ways. You cross those bridges when you get there and you find solutions. If you are the kind of person who gets really, really good at solving problems, you are going to be excellent at selling stuff on Amazon. If you're the kind of person who, when you hit a wall, you say, oh, there's a wall, and then you turn around, you're probably going to quit selling on Amazon pretty fast because you're going to run into a lot of walls. You got to get good at figuring out how to pivot and how to get around those walls, or how to adjust those walls, or how to step on those walls so that those walls now help you. Okay, things like, I'll use ungating as an example. Some people think that being gated in brands is a wall. Well, here's the wall. Like, let's say you're not allowed to sell Under Armour. It's like, I can't sell Under Armour. So there's a wall. All right. Person number one walks away. Person number two says, oh, most people can't sell Under Armour. Let me go through the steps to be ungated to sell Under Armour. Now they're on the wall, and now that wall has helped them climb, because all of these other people who bounced off and went the other way are not competing against you to sell Under Armour. So your competition has just, you lost like 90% of your competition. Okay. So as an example, but yes, that's the concept I'm trying to get across here. Let's see, Donna, I finally got a repricer and I wish I would have done it sooner. Yeah. Aura for small accounts, Aura is $27. And I'm going to let you in on a secret. If you guys are coming to Sourcing Camp, we've got some wild coupons, not for the public that I can't show in public, but we've got some great coupons for Aura. That'll make it even sweeter. But yes, at a low level, Aura is $27. You don't need to do the whole like AI stuff. You just do the oscillation strategy. For small sellers, it's so good. Usually for the first like 2 weeks that we see students turn on a repricer, whatever sales you're doing, you usually multiply that by 4. So if you're usually selling about 100 a day, for those first couple of weeks that you turn on a repricer, you're probably going to be selling about 400 per day for the next 2 weeks. And then you're going to run out of inventory, and then it goes back down, and you got to keep feeding the beast. But it's crazy how much it can speed up your sales velocity. All right. Yeah. Let's see, Ron Byron. Is there a link for Sourcing Camp for us that took part in the A2A challenge? Yes, Chris Grant should have, or Nate McAllister should have sent you an email. So look for emails from them. You should have gotten links if you went to the A2A challenge. Michelle, I'm excited about the replens. Yeah, there's a couple people that are specifically looking for replens. A replen is a product that you can replenish, hence replen, over and over and over. It can be any type of product. It doesn't necessarily have to be grocery, although there are a lot of groceries because that tends to be something that customers just buy over and over and over. But it can be anything. We've had replens. We've had lots of grocery replens. I've had some clothing replens. I've had replens of hangers from Walmart. That was one of my longest standing replens, was those stupid little, like the 10-pack of hangers from Walmart. Last time I checked, they were no longer profitable, but man, we sold those for years. Yeah, it's good stuff. So specifically looking for stuff that you can buy over and over and over. That's not on clearance. It's not on sale. Like, you can always buy it for X dollars and you can always sell it for X dollars, X more dollars. Matt, going to his second camp. I love it. Let's see. Ken is excited for the A2A training. Is it available yet? No, I got to wait until like our doors close so that I can just send Chris and Saul and the other Nate one big batch of all of the names so they can get everyone into their A2A Flips challenge. Because then I don't want to just keep sending him like, here's a new spreadsheet. Here's today's. We're just going to do one big batch after camp starts. We'll do it all in. Otherwise, it gets really messy really fast. Dawn going to her third camp. Awesome. Yeah, man, you got to use a repricer, Mr. Unicorns. They're so good. Even if it's just like repricing within like 10 cents, like the velocity, it's crazy. Just try it. Just turn it on for a little bit. Isn't YouTube Hustle Buddies official? Yeah, youtube.com/@HustleBuddiesOfficial. It should be available because I have people on this screen that are watching me right now. All right. Let's see. That's cool. I didn't know there were giveaways. Yeah, so many giveaways. You mentioned sharing the leads list from the lives this week. Is that still open? Yeah, I didn't add any to it today. but let me try to find that for you real fast because I have been adding to it. We're going to do the same thing during sourcing camp. So we're going to have like a master list of leads that myself and all of the other camp counselors have found during sourcing camp. And in fact, if you guys are interested, I might even be willing to do like extra source, like just adding stuff on my own outside of camp that's not on video. Might be willing to just add even more leads to that if you guys want that. Let me know in the chat. But yeah, I'm trying to just pack as much possible value as I can because I want you guys to take action. I hate seeing people who sign up for education. They listen to the education, they watch the education, and then they don't do anything with the education. So I was trying to think like, okay, how can I just like make people do something? Like, okay, let's just go sourcing with them. We will literally find you the products to buy. Come with us. We'll explain how we're doing it, but we're going to give you the products. Like if this class doesn't pay for itself, and if you don't learn anything, I will refund you all of you. Just shoot me an email after the 10 days is over. Like, Nate, these leads suck. I didn't learn anything. I didn't make any money from anything that I flipped. Just send me my money back, man. Click, no problem. My bad for wasting your time. Here's all your money back. Like, I'm trying to make this as risk-free as I possibly can. And what's funny, I offer that every single sourcing camp. And I think this is our 6th sourcing camp. I have yet to have a single person send me that email. So not only will I refund you, but I will also give you the award for the very first person who didn't learn anything from sourcing camp. Okay, I got the list here for you. I think it was on YouTube, right? Yes, Crystal over on YouTube. There you go. All right. You may have mentioned this. Sorry if that's the case. Chris Grant offered a 4 payment for the OAC. Is that available for Sourcing Camp? There's a 3-month payment plan for Sourcing Camp if you want to pay over time. So go to the Sourcing Camp page. Here, I'll give you the link. Hang on a second. So you are going to go to this link. And then instead of clicking that very top button, Donna, scroll down about 3/4 of the way down the page and you'll see there's like 2 different pricing options. You can either pay for it all now or you can do a pay over time. I think ours is over 3 months. So yeah. All right. Any other questions? Questions about sourcing? Questions about sourcing camp? Questions about your Amazon business? Struggle with sourcing? Issues you're facing? Anything like that? All right. Still got a couple people watching on Instagram, but man, no one said anything. No questions from Instagram. You guys, Instagram sellers are the expert sellers. You guys, you got it covered. You're like, I know this. I know everything I need to know about sourcing. There's nothing else I'm going to be learning here. Facebook, a decent amount of questions. YouTube had a lot of questions tonight, which I like. I think Facebook is mostly the people that are already signed up for Sourcing Camp. YouTube is the people that are like, kind of on the fence about it. So, all right. I don't see any more questions. I will be posting. I'm going to post the different, like the raffle prizes, because some people were saying they didn't know about this, Mike, over on YouTube. So I'm going to make another post in Hustle Buddies, and I'm going to try to tally up all the different raffle prizes and see all their values and stuff, because I think it's crazy when companies are like, oh yeah, like you can talk about us in this really private event, and we can give like private coupons and all this. Like companies are like, oh yeah, I'm down. So when we expanded this sourcing camp, it's costing us quite a bit more money to put on this sourcing camp over the last sourcing camp. The last one that we did was like 2.5 days. This one is 10 days. Part of that is we brought in these sponsors to do these raffle prizes for you guys. So that's sort of how we're offsetting this cost here, by bringing in companies to then give you a bunch of raffle prizes. So yeah. Glad I asked. Yep, no worries. Don't forget, education courses are a tax write-off. Yes, this is true. So like whatever tax bracket your business is, let's say it's 30%, you can sort of think of the class as costing 30% less because it's a tax write-off. So yep, easy peasy. Even cheaper. I love it. Okay, that's all the questions I see for now. I'm going to start working on my list of the raffle prizes. I'm going to post that into our Facebook group, so keep an eye out for that. If you have any further questions, you can put them here. You can shoot me a Facebook message. You can shoot me an email. I've been sending out emails to you guys as well. Let me know what you got. I'm here to help. I want to see as many of you succeed on Amazon as I possibly can. Many of our camp counselors are people that found Hustle Buddies back like 4 years ago, and they made Amazon businesses and they stuck with it, and they hit walls and they overcame those walls, and they failed and they overcame those failures, and they learned from those failures, and they kept going and growing and going and growing. And now they're here. Now they have 6, 7, and 8-figure businesses. Okay, so scan the QR code over there. I'll put this link one more time in chat here in case you are unable to scan the QR code. All right, there it is over on YouTube. There it is over on Facebook. And there it is over on Instagram. Okay, if you guys are at all curious, you're on the fence, you have questions like, I don't really know if this is for me, just ask me. Again, I've turned people away where I was like, I actually don't really think this is for you. So I've turned people away. If you're a brand new seller and you've like never sold anything on Amazon and everything that I just said went over your head, shoot me a message. I'm willing to add something in specific for you guys where like you've never sold anything before. I'm willing to add in something free for you guys to sort of get you caught up and get you all set up with an account and get your first shipment off and all of that, so that you can then take advantage of the sourcing camp and you can drink from the fire hose and learn all the sourcing tactics and all that stuff. So if you're brand new and you're like, this kind of sounds over my head, shoot me a message. You can still sign up for this and I'll get you hooked up with something else. Not something else, something additional on top of sourcing camp and on top of the A to A flips class. All right. Will this all be arbitrage? It's going to mostly be arbitrage. There's just a little bit of wholesale that might get sprinkled in there. If you are interested in private label, you are in the wrong group. You are following the wrong channel. We don't do any private label stuff here. We do a little bit of wholesale. We do mostly arbitrage. Like you're commenting on our Facebook group, which is the Amazon FBA Arbitrage Mastermind group. So it's very arbitrage focused. Wholesale is great. There's just really small margins with wholesale and a much higher startup cost. Like if you're not rolling with like 10 grand, you probably shouldn't be doing wholesale. So, all right. Any questions there? Nope. Done with questions there. Done with questions there. Do you have to be on the lives that day for the raffle? No. So I'll announce the raffle prize winners on the final day. There might be like 1 or 2 raffles where it's like it's specific to that person or that thing. Like I might do some Tracy is talking about Walmart, for example. There's a couple small companies that do stuff for Walmart. I might do like a separate raffle just for a couple Walmart tools. But that final, we're doing a bunch of the prizes on that final day. You don't have to be there live. I'll honor it. So it's connected to your name and your email. So I'll just announce who it is and hopefully that you're there and we can celebrate. But even if you aren't, it'll still fine. I'll send you an email. All right. I asked because Amazon doesn't seem to like they are accepting any invoices and receipts lately. That is not true. If that were true, none of us would be doing the business that we're doing. People have been saying, so Samira, people have been saying that since I've started selling on Amazon. I've been selling on Amazon 7 years, 8 years now. I lost track of the time. Since I started, people, well, Amazon's changing. It's arbitrage is dying. Amazon's not accepting receipts anymore. You want to know something crazy? I have the highest success, like sending in invoices and receipts, all that stuff. If Amazon says, oh, we think that you sold something that was a counterfeit, or we think that there's like, and you're stealing somebody's intellectual property, all of those different complaints, I have percentage wise, not quantity wise, because the quantity would be lower, but percent wise, I have the lowest success rate with official wholesale invoices directly from the brand. Those have actually given me the most issues. My standard is a retail or online arbitrage. Say online arbitrage I tend to have a little bit more success with, retail slightly less. And I've had a 100% success rate with Amazon to Amazon flips. So no, I ask because Amazon doesn't seem like they are accepting any invoices and receipts. That's just not true. They are. You sometimes have to resend it. You sometimes have to fight it. You sometimes have to go further. It's not always a one and done type of issue. But it's another interesting thing. If you look at these emails from Amazon, so if Amazon says, hey, we think you sold a counterfeit product, please send us your invoices or receipts. It's literally in the email from them that they accept both invoices and receipts. They specifically specify that. That's a little bit redundant that they specifically specify that, but it's true. They ask for your receipts or your invoices. I will tell you, they're absolutely not taking any of my TJ Maxx online receipts at all when they used to after 7 tries and used Jeff. And I'm going to tell you a secret that one of the 8-figure sellers that does about $13 million per year of sales retail arbitrage on Amazon, 80 to 90% of their products come from TJ Maxx, Burlington Coat Factory, Ross, Marshalls, stores like that do not have perfectly itemized receipts. Now, there's some other nuances. If you're getting things from those stores, those receipts are not itemized. So there are a couple other steps that you need to do specific to that. But as long as you are taking those other steps and taking those precautions and avoiding some obvious pitfall, like if you're selling beauty stuff from TJ Maxx, honestly, it's probably like factory seconds. I wouldn't recommend selling beauty stuff from those stores ever. But you're probably selling factory seconds and you're probably competing against the brand itself. If the brand is selling it themselves and you got it from TJ Maxx, you're asking for a headache. Okay. So if you did those steps, you can get over it. But yeah. Yeah, Monica, I just used Jeff with a TJ Maxx receipt and beat one like recently. So yes, I'm not going to say like, oh, you'll always win on the first try, second try, third try, whatever. I mean, one of our first videos on YouTube, we were talking to a girl who got suspended. She had to resubmit the same like receipts, invoices, all that stuff. It took her, I want to say it was 31 times. Like it was something wild. Amazon is a headache. You want to try to avoid headaches when you can, but they do accept those. There are ways to get them to accept them. There are tactics, there are strategies. There's, again, nuances with unitemized receipts. But yes, the Perry and Kim Coughlin, they sell about $13 million per year on Amazon. They use teams of sellers, and they're purchasing things mostly from discount stores like TJ Maxx, Burlington, Ross, Marshalls, DD's Discount. Those types of stores are where they're getting most of their stuff. All right. Got there. Okay. That's it for tonight. I'll see you guys at sourcing camp. QR code's up there. Links in chat.